Common indices to lecture 1 is chemistry involved in the production of vegetable ghee. Here are the table of contents: introduction to oil and ghee, percentage of oil in different seeds, preparation of indicators, manufacturing of vegetable ghee, flowsheet diagram of ghee manufacturing, procedure of ghee manufacturing, unit operation and unit process. Introduction to oils and fats. So what are oils and fats? Natural oil and fats are triester of glycerol with long chain of carboxylic acid, 12 to 20 carbon, known as triglycerols or triacyl glycerides. So the natural oils and fats consist of triester of glycerols, which is composed of long chain of carboxylic acid, and in this long chain of carboxylic acid about 12 to 20 carbon atoms are present, which are known as triglycerols or triacyl glycerides. So what are oils? Oil is an organic substance which contains higher percentage of unsaturated glycerol ester, while fat contains higher percentage of saturated glycerol ester. So what is difference between oils and fats? So oil is an organic substance, or oil is called as unsaturated glycerol ester, and the amount of unsaturated glycerol ester is present in higher amount or in higher percentage, while the fats are saturated glycerol ester, and the presence of saturated glycerol ester is present in the higher amount. So oils and fats are composed of molecules that are known as triglycerides. So what are triglycerides? The triglycerides are esters that are composed of 3 fatty acid units that link to glycerols. So an increase in the percentage of shorter chain fatty acid and or unsaturated fatty acid lower the melting points of fat or oil. So what is the effect of fatty acids or unsaturated fatty acids in fats or oils? So by increasing the percentage or the amount of shorter chain fatty acids or unsaturated fatty acids lower the melting points of fats or oil. So that's how the percentage of fatty acids or unsaturated fatty acids affect the melting points of fats or oils. Structures of fats and oils. So in this slide you will learn about the structures of oils and fats. So fats and oils are called triglycerides or triacyl glycerides because these are ester composed of 3 fatty acid units joined to glycerols, a trihydroxy alcohol. So fats are triglycerides. Why we are calling them triglycerides? Because they are composed of 3 fatty acid units, or these are esters composed of 3 fatty acid units that are joined together to glycerols and forms a triglyceride or a trihydroxy alcohol. So what is the structure of fats and oils? So or the composition of the oils and fats. So in this slide you will see about the structures of 3 fatty acids that is combining to glycerols, and in the presence of catalyst that gives us triglycerides and liberate 3 molecules of water. So, the structures of oil and fats is composed of 3 fatty acids that join together glycerols in the presence of catalyst and forms a triglycerides and liberate 3 molecules of water. So that's how the structure of fats and oils are formed. In this slide, you will learn about a simple triglyceride and a mixed triglyceride. Or what is the difference between a simple triglyceride and a mixed triglyceride? Number 2 is, if all the 3 OH groups on the glyceride molecules are esterified with the same fatty acid, the resulting ester is called a simple triglyceride. Although simple triglycerides have been synthesized in the laboratory, they rarely occur in the nature. Instead, a typical triglyceride obtained from naturally occurring fats and oils contain 2 or 3 different fatty acid components and is thus termed a mixed triglyceride. So, how a simple triglyceride is formed? So, if 3 OH groups are present on the glyceride molecules and these 3 OH groups which are present on glyceride molecules are esterified with the same fatty acid, so the resulting ester which is obtained is called as a simple triglyceride. So that's how a simple triglycerides are formed. The simple triglycerides are present in the nature. So their presence in the nature is rare. They are rarely occur in nature. So that's why we synthesize them in the laboratory. So what are mixed triglycerides? So the mixed triglyceride is obtained when a typical triglycerides that is obtained from naturally occurring fats and oil and contain 2 or 3 different fatty acid components and formed a mixed triglyceride. So a mixed triglyceride is obtained from naturally occurring fats and oil that consist of 2 or 3 different fatty acid components, while the simple triglycerides are esterified with the same fatty acid. You can see a structure of a simple triglyceride and a mixed triglyceride in this slide. So by looking into the structure, you can clearly see the difference between a simple triglyceride, tristyrene, and a mixed triglyceride. So in this slide you will learn how a triglyceride is obtained, or what are the sources from which we obtain the triglyceride, or the forms of triglycerides, or in which forms the triglyceride is present. Number 3 is, a triglyceride is called a fat if it is solid at 25 degrees centigrade. It is called an oil if it is liquid at that temperature. These differences in melting points reflect the differences in the degree of unsaturation and the number of carbon atoms in the constituent fatty acids. Triglycerides obtained from animal sources are usually solid, while those of plant origin are generally oils. Therefore, we commonly speak of animal fats and vegetable oils. So, if a triglyceride is present in the form of solid at 25 degrees centigrade or at room temperature, so if it's present in the form of solid in the room temperature, it is called as fat. Or a triglyceride is present in the form of liquid at 25 degrees centigrade or room temperature, it is called an oil. So there are two forms in which a triglyceride is present. It is present in the form of solid or in the form of fat. It is present in the form of oil or in the form of liquid at room temperature. So these differences shows that there is a difference in their melting point, which reflects that there is a degree of unsaturation is present between triglyceride, and there are number of carbon atoms which are present in the constituent fatty acids. So the differences in the forms of triglycerides will tell us the differences in their melting points, the differences in the degree of unsaturation, the number of carbon atoms in the constituent fatty acids. So the triglycerides obtained from the animal sources or animal fats, they can also be obtained from vegetable oils. So those type of triglycerides which obtained from animal sources are present in the form of solids, while those types of glycerides or triglycerides which are present from the oils or vegetable oils are present in the form of liquid. Percentage of oil in different seas. So in different oils, the percentage of oil is present in different amount. You can see there are 10 number of seeds are present in this slide. Algae seed, the oil consists of 30% to 72%, canola seeds 40% to 45%, cotton seed 17% to 18%, castor seed 41% to 86%, palm seed 50% to 60%, poppy seed 40% to 50%, peanut seed 30%, sunflower seed 38% to 40%, soybean seed 17% to 18%, taramira seed 22% to 27%. Preparation of indicators. So there are different indicators which are used in the making or in the manufacture of vegetable ghee. So how we can prepare this type of indicator? So in this slide you will learn about the preparation of indicators. Number one is phenolphthalein 1%. How we can prepare phenolphthalein 1%? To prepare phenolphthalein 1%, we need phenolphthalein powder and ethyl spirit. What we do with the procedure of preparing phenolphthalein 1%? Procedure is dissolve 1 gram of phenolphthalein powder in 100 ml of ethyl spirit. That will gives us the phenolphthalein 1% solution, and that's how the phenolphthalein 1% indicator is prepared. Methyl orange. Number 2, To prepare methyl orange, we need dye and distilled water. So the amount of dye is 2 gram and the amount of distilled water is 1 liter. What is the procedure of preparing methyl orange? To prepare methyl orange, we will dissolve a 2 gram of dye in 1 liter of distilled water. So that's how the methyl orange will be prepared. Number 3. Methyl red. How we can prepare methyl red? Dissolve 0.1 gram of methyl red in 18.6 ml of N/50 NaOH solution and dilute to 25 ml with distilled water. So to prepare methyl red, we need methyl red, N/50 NaOH solution and distilled water. The amount of methyl red is 0.1 gram. The amount of N/50 NaOH solution is 18.6 milliliter. N/50 NaOH solution in which N is showing the normality. And distilled water, the amount of distilled water is 250 ml. So the procedure is we will dissolve 0.1 gram of methyl red in 18.6 ml of N/50 NaOH solution. Okay. After this, we will dilute this solution or this mixture to 250 ml with distilled water. So that's how the methyl red will be prepared. Number 4. Dimethylglyoxime 1%. How we can prepare the dimethylglyoxime 1%? To prepare the dimethylglyoxime 1%, we need salt and ethanol. The amount of salt is 1 gram and the amount of ethanol is 100 milliliter. So the procedure to prepare dimethylglyoxime 1% is we will dissolve 1 gram of salt in 100 milliliter of ethanol. So that's how the dimethylglyoxime 1% indicator will be prepared. Number 5. Chloroglucinol 0.1%. To prepare chloroglucinol 0.1%, we need 0.1 gram of salt and ether. The amount of salt is 0.1 gram and ether is 100 milliliter. To prepare this type of indicator, what will we do? We will dissolve 0.1 gram of salt in 100 milliliter of ether, and that's how the chloroglucinol 0.1% indicator will be prepared. Number 6. Antimony trichloride 25%. How we can prepare the antimony trichloride 25%? To prepare this type of indicator, we need salt and chloroform. The amount of salt is 25 gram and the amount of chloroform is 100 milliliter. So how we can prepare this type of indicator? We will dissolve 25 gram of salt in 100 milliliter of chloroform. So that's how the antimony trichloride 25% indicator will be prepared. Number 7 is starch solution. How we can prepare the starch solution? To prepare the starch solution, we need 1 gram of starch, distilled water. The amount of starch is 1 gram and the distilled water is 100 milliliter. Procedure: take 1 gram of starch with water in thin paste, pour it in 100 ml of distilled water, drop by drop, and boil it for 5 minutes. Allow to cool. Descent of clear solution. Prepare fresh solution whenever required. To prepare the starch solution, we will take 1 gram of starch and pour it in water, and then we will make a thin paste. So when a thin paste is made, we will pour this thin paste in 100 ml of distilled water, drop by drop. So after adding the distilled water, we will boil this mixture or solution for about 25 minutes. When the solution will be boiled, we will cool down the solution for some time. So after the solution will be cooled, the descent of clear solution will indicate that the starch solution is prepared. So to prepare starch solution, we will prepare fresh solution whenever required. Number 8. Potassium chromate. To prepare potassium chromate, we need solid potassium chromate and distilled water. The amount of solid potassium chromate is 4 gram and the amount of distilled water is 100 milliliter. Procedure: dissolve 4 gram of solid potassium chromate in 100 ml of distilled water. So by dissolving 4 gram of solid potassium chromate in 100 ml of distilled water, we will obtain the potassium chromate indicator. So that's how the indicators are prepared. So beside these types of indicator, we can prepare different types of indicators for the making or manufacture of vegetable ghee. Manufacturing of vegetable ghee. So what is the formula of vegetable ghee? The formula of vegetable ghee is C17H33COO taken thrice C3H5. The chemical reaction to prepare vegetable ghee is C17H31COO taken thrice C3H5. It will react with hydrogen gas in the presence of nickel catalyst and produce the vegetable ghee C17H33COO taken thrice C3H5. So by the reaction of unsaturated fat in the presence of hydrogen gas and nickel catalyst, it will produce the vegetable ghee. So beside the chemical reaction for the manufacturing of vegetable ghee, there are raw materials which are used in the manufacturing of vegetable ghee. These raw materials include soybean oil, sunflower oil, cottonseed oil, palm oil, canola oil and nickel catalyst. Flowsheet diagram of ghee manufacturing. The whole process of ghee manufacturing required about 15 steps. The first is vegetable oil storage tank. Here we store our oil. Then we proceed towards the pre-neutralization chamber. We require N/10 NaO solution. N is showing the normality and it's about 4 gram of NaO solution which is dissolved in 1 liter of water. Beside this, we provide NaCl as our chemical to this chamber. We will provide zinc to our sample and this process will take about 1 to 1.5 hours and temperature of 40 to 50 degrees centigrade. Then we move towards the pre-bleaching chamber. Here we bleach our sample or decolorize our samples by using the 15 bag or 25 ton of fuller earth. So fuller earth is a clay type of material that has capability to decolorize the oil or any liquid without the use of any harsh chemical treatment. We will provide 85 to 100 degrees centigrade of temperature and this process will take about 1 to 2 hours. Then we move towards plate and frame filter process. Here we remove fuller earth. Then we move towards the hydrogenation chamber. Here we provide 150 to 90 degrees centigrade of temperature. We will provide hydrogen gas to our oil to hydrogenate the sample. This process will take about 3 to 7 hours long and we will provide nickel as a catalyst to our oil. We will choose the amount of nickel catalyst as half to 2 kg, and we also provide steam to our sample. Then we move to our plate and frame filter press. Here we filter our sample and remove the nickel catalyst. Then we move to the post neutralization chamber. We will provide steam to our sample. This process will take about 50 to 90 degrees centigrade of temperature and half to 1.5 hour. We will obtain soap stock as our byproduct. Then we move to the post bleaching chamber. Here we provide the fuller earth to our sample. It will take about 90 to 100 degrees centigrade of temperature and a pressure of about 15 to 20 millimeter of photogram. This process will take about 1 to 2 hours. We will provide steam to our sample. Then we move towards the plate and frame filter press. Here we remove the fuller earth. Then we move toward the deodorization chamber. Here we deodorize our sample. If there are unpleasant odors or smell are present, then we deodorize our sample or remove the unpleasant odor or smell. We will provide citric acid as our chemical through this chamber. This process will take about 180 to 235 degrees centigrade of temperature, 3 to 6 hours long, and 30 millimeter of photogram of pressure. Then we move towards the cooler. Here we cool our oil by providing the cold water, and we will remove hot water from this chamber. Then we move towards the filter. Here we filter our sample, and then we move towards the vitamin blending. We will provide vitamin A and D to our oil to fulfill the nutritional value of the oil. Then we move towards the packing, and in the last step we will market our sample. Here our oil is ready, and we will use this oil and proceed this oil for market for further processes. You need to solve the two assignments. First is what is meant by N/10 NaOH. Assignment number 2 is how we can prepare N/10 NaOH solution. Thank you.